But I wasn't angry about stuff. So for me, I can give you my 3 A's and then run down why I think those are my 3 A's. My 3 A's are audacious, ambivalent, and aware. I say audacious because, for me personally, a lot of things when I have to characterize myself or speak about my personality or how I feel about myself, of course, I'm gauging it against people in similar spaces in my life. So, growing up, it's like my mom and my younger sister in the household. So for me, audacious for sure, because they're very cautious. They're just like, what if we can't? And I'm just like, I'm going, bye. This is what I'm doing. And so I was the black sheep because I wasn't rebellious. I don't think I was rebellious. Of course, we all did things that parents were like, hold on. But I know for sure when it came to which kid in the household fell in line with what my mother wanted, it wasn't me at all. Not in any way, shape, or form. So, I've never necessarily been afraid of taking chances that I knew would benefit me and whatever my goals were. So when I think of my audacity, that's it. Like, I know that if it's going to get done, I'm going to be the one to do it. So I'm going to make a couple of mistakes before someone else even makes a decision. Because y'all be playing and I got stuff to do. You feel me?
That's how you live every day, all day. Yep.
Like, y'all over there figuring out if you're going to put left foot first or right foot first. And I done tripped over myself, but now I know how to walk. Yes. Figure it out. I'm going. When I say ambivalent, it's kind of, I think of that as maybe hot, cold. And y'all know, like, either I care or I don't. And sometimes it's because, this is the stance I have to take right now while I'm figuring it out. Again, I'm not really going to stand in a moment and wait for something to happen to me. Whatever. I can be sitting there and everyone's emoting and engaged. I save my emoting for the closest of close. Right. There's like 7 people on the planet who have seen me cry, and y'all are 2 of them. I
hate you.
It's just kind of like special. It's just kind of like, I have to do the things because I don't want to be a victim of circumstance. I've seen that too many times. So if I'm in a space where it seems like I don't care, I might not care right now because my energy is going elsewhere. Something is more present that needs my attention, and I could come back to it and be like, okay, thanks for sharing that. These are my thoughts on it. But everyone's emergency does not have to be my emergency, and that's how 100%. I keep myself as centered as possible.
Because people will try to do that to you.
Oh,
make
for
their
sure.
Fire your fire.
And then when you can't, you're like, do you not understand that I have a forest of my own? Yes. And Smokey the Bear is unavailable, so it's just me. I don't have no fire truck. I got a cup of water, and you want me.
And then they have the nerve to be indignant, and you're like, okay, all right.
What the heck? And my 3rd A is aware. Because, we set this off with, if I'm like, I don't know what's going on, I know. Mm-hmm. I know what's going on. But that's personally too, like when we speak about, our inherent biases, or we speak about our traumas that have made us who we are, the good and the bad that sits behind our personalities and the way we navigate in our lives as, Black women who are trying to do things. I'm self-aware with the things that stand in my way continually, and I know it. And sometimes I can get a couple steps beyond it, but it's still on my back a little bit. So I'm trying to shake certain things. I know my strengths and weaknesses. That's something that I'm always able to articulate. Not like, oh, well, maybe. No, I know I can be very cold, but it's a defense mechanism. Like, what the fuck? Why? Ha, ha, ha. Yeah, like, it is what it is. Like, you ain't gonna get me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm aware, and I know that I come off, if we want to throw a 4th A in there, as abrasive, but I don't want to say that. It's the same as the anger stereotype, though. Folks just don't know how to take direct conversation, approaches where someone is clear on why they would be involved or why they choose not to be involved, why that's going to work for me, why it's not going to work for me. And people take that as offense because, they're wiggly, gray.
Yeah.
Weak-spined, many things, however way you want to say it.
Okay, thesaurus.
But I know that for me, my A is not angry. If I'm angry, I can say, I am angry about this. But that's generally not it. Maybe I don't care. Maybe I can't give you the energy that you need right now. Something that is important to me as I've gotten older and I've been able to, be close to people who I admire is being honest about, I don't have the mental bandwidth or emotional bandwidth for this right now. So let me sit on it and get back to you.
Right.
And I think that's language that we need to activate more often than not, opposed to just being dismissive. Like, oh, I don't want to do that. Because, okay, so why do you feel that way? And if we're in a relationship or if we're in partnership, any type of thing where I'm coming to you with something that's important to me and you can't realize that it might not be top of mind for you or priority list for you, but it is for me. You care about me. So don't you want me to be whole as well?
Yep.
So if we're able to articulate, all right, right now isn't a good time for this, but let's talk in 20 minutes. Let's talk in 4 days. You got to respect that I'm giving you time at all. So yeah, those are my A's. Okay.
And I think at your age, they definitely describe who you are, and there are definitely positive aspects about you that I love. So,
oh, thank you. Oh, I'm smiling. It's a good ass day. Oh my god. Now wait a minute. Disclaimer, folks listening. Y'all don't know me though. All right, go ahead.
She didn't have to. You want to finish? You want to throw the TI in there? Like, you might have seen me in the streets, but nigga, you don't know me.
You don't know me. Shanice, did we not just talk about this yesterday?
I'm doing
you stay with a lyric.
Always.
You ain't see me in the streets with niggas, you don't know me.
Yeah, I swear, this is like a game show. I gotta phone a friend. If it's music, I'm calling her and be like, yo.
I'm telling you.
All you gotta do is say one person. You be like Drake. She could run off 12 different songs and 1,000 different lyrics for each one. Like, are you feeling happy, sad, mad? I got a lyric for you.
Like, you should like,
yo, you need to come up with like a greeting card company and just throw lyrics in there for every occasion.
We should.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. Okay, business.
Let's talk offline. Let's talk offline.
Don't y'all steal that shit. You're don't steal shit. It's copywritten already. Y'all know that.
All right, Jen, hit us with your A's.
Okay, so I have that definitely the label of the angry Black woman is always thrown at me because I have permanent rest in this bitch face. That's just
a fucking fact.
It's true.
It is. I was born with it. I think I came out with this face, and I have not moved. I know I'm out all the time. Somebody's like, "Why don't you smile?" I'm like, "I thought I was." Like, okay, sorry. So I've had many people say, "I thought you were a bitch, but now that I get to know you, you're really cool." I'm like, oh, okay. Like,
and I'll be like, we don't have to know each other though.
All right. But I'm like, and I asked my what do you think? But anyway, so I would think the first A word I would be was I'm affable. I am very warm-hearted. I'm very genuine and good. Like, I come into every situation positive, whether my face says it or not. I come in trying to be very genial and cordial and happy about everything because I just believe in positivity starting off from the beginning. So I would say I'm affable. I would say I am adaptable, being that a lot of things that I've had to go through that haven't been always the pleasant, I always come out on the better side, whether it takes like a day to get over it. Like you said, sometimes I might need time, but at the end of it, I'm coming out better than what I was. And that's because growing up the way I did and the situations that I've gone through, it has forced me to become adaptable. I wasn't always the case. I think as I get older, I become more adaptable. But looking back when I was like trying to figure out the words, I would say, yeah, I'm pretty adaptable. There's a lot of situations that would suck and people would be like, yeah, I'm done. But I think I try to push forward through it. And I've become a better person because of it. And the last one I would say, which sounds like a negative word and could be geared angry, but I'm very aggressive. Where if I want something, I'm going to figure out how to do it, when to do it, how to apply to do it. And I'm not going to let go until I know how to do it. And a lot of people, when you hear aggressive, they think that it's a negative thing. Like you can be aggressive with, like how you said, with your finances. Like I set a goal for myself that I want to have at least 10 to 15,000 in savings by the end of this year. And it's already May and I'm almost there. So look,
I was about to say, that's about to get like an air horn.
No,
Throw the air horn in there first.
As much shit we give Miss Rona, she has helped because I ain't got nowhere to spend my money yet. So I'm like, nah, start a savings. So, so I think that is because my goal is, again, in the end of this year or beginning of next year, I want to buy my own house. Now, like I said, adaptable. A lot of situations whether it came to like family health or, financial stability with my jobs that I've had, because I'm in banking and that shit changes every 5 seconds. I've adapted to it where I'm like, all right, I can't move now. Give it a year, give it 6 months. So I think I set very aggressive goals, and a lot of people look at me like you're crazy, but it's like, I know I can push myself to the limit if I just buckle down and I say, this is that. Because when I write it out, it's a plan now. If I keep it in my head, it's not going to happen. So I give myself aggressive.
Yep.
Which way?
So it is written. Let it be done.
So let it be done. So once I write it down and I give myself a date, I have something that I visually can see and I can be aggressive towards it. So those are the 3 words that I would say is me, but describe me. But like you said, Toya, I can be angry. It takes a lot for me to get angry. Mm-hmm. So if I get angry, please know that I've held it in for like ever. And you have just pushed me over to that limit, and I'm sorry now because I'm a blackout.
Right. And at that point, it is justifiable, but also like there's baby steps to having conversations so people know, like, all right, don't push me too far. And unfortunately, we do have that superwoman complex, whether we want it or not. Folks think that we can do anything because we have such a high level of expectation for ourselves. Right. So we're not going to show up half-assed in any way, and then it kind of gets misused. So when we finally do reach our boiling point, it's like you deserve every drop of bread, bro. Like every bit of it, every curse word, every glare, all of that. You get it all.
Mm-hmm. And I think I had to learn. I'm still learning. Like me, I don't say I'm upset. I just hold it in. And then it boils over. I don't say like I need like a day. I need like 5 minutes. In my head, I'm saying I need a day. I need 5 minutes. So I'm learning to communicate how I'm feeling in the moment, because I'll just like, I have funerals on a daily basis. I used to say like, cut you off, done. I don't need to speak to you. And then like I'll be over it in like 6 weeks, and then like, hey, we need to talk. That kind of thing. So I think I'm learning to communicate that way, but it takes a lot for me to get to that point. So just leave me alone.
It's a learning process. You mentioned affable. I'll agree with that. When we first met, you came in there with presents, and I was like, what the hell? Thank you. Hello. I can't. I'm so confused. I was like, all right. So, yeah, you are like, you're giving, and you keep things at top of mind. You make people feel included and a part. So these people don't deserve us.
They don't. You know what? I tell you, as I was picking these words out, I'm like, I'm really like a humble brag. I'm a great person. Like, even like really throw me a forth, like very attentive. Like if you tell me you want something, I'm gonna remember. And then like Christmas time, you're like, I told you this in March. I know. And I bought it in March, but I'm waiting to give it to you in Christmas. Like like, I'm a Cancer. I can't help it.
That is so funny. That is true. I agree with all of those too.
So, what you got? What you got, Shanice? What you got?
Let me tell y'all about my A's. Okay. I chose ambitious, advocate, and alluring.
All right.
So, I can wait to get to the last one.
I know.
Okay. And y'all about to get blessed with 2 bars today because ambitious. So have y'all ever listened to Wale's Ambition?
Ambition over everything. Wale's that guy.
I love that song.
Ambition.
Everything about it, like end to end. If I had to pick a theme song, they're gonna love me for my ambition every day, because I'm gonna come in here and I am going to give you 100%. Anything that I believe in, anyone that I believe in, you getting it all. As long as you do right by me, I got you. Okay, so I think that at work, that's what keeps me going, is just being ambitious and constantly wanting to learn all that I can learn, move on to the next thing, but also to teach other people. Like that ambition I want to breathe into others. just because I feel like it can take you so far. So maybe you don't have all of the credentials that they're looking for, but the ambition and the drive is something that can't be taught.
Absolutely.
That's what's going to really make you